Hi everybody, welcome back, or welcome if you are new. This is part 2 of my master bathroom refresh, and it is all about painting. We will be painting the ceiling, the walls, the trim, the cabinet, the floor, I'm trying to think, a lot of things. I, of course, will not share in this video what color I painted the vanity, but it will be a surprise for part 3 when I come back to decorate. But we are starting off with emptying out the closet so that way we can get started with all of the other prep work and whatnot that needs to happen with painting. The night before, I went around and removed all the towel holders and also patched up the holes where they are, so I'll come back and use my wet sponge to wet sand the walls. I prefer using this drywall compound or joint compound for patching up holes because I'm able to do a wet sand, whereas the other spackling you have to actually like sand, and that produces a lot of dust, and it's too hard to keep a house clean when you're doing all of that. So I prefer to be able to wet sand and do all of that. So let's go ahead and get started with this task today. This is about 9.5 hours worth of footage, and I'm trying to break it down into as short of a period as possible. But you never know how it happens, but it did take a while for everything for me to paint the walls, the trim, the ceiling, the floor, the cabinet, all of it. It just took a while because it was, when you think about it, it's like 3 rooms, because you have the 2 closets, the toilet room, and the bathroom itself. There's a lot of cutting in, a lot of detailed work going around all of the door frames and the baseboards and windows and all of that stuff. So let's go ahead and get started with this task. Okay, one thing that my grandfather, who was a former contractor painter way back when, he always would get the roller slightly damp. So I've tried this before where I've stuck the whole thing in there, and I haven't been able to get all the dampness out, so then the paint was way too runny. So I basically just take my hand, run it under water, and just kind of, it's probably not the best thing to do, but it's at least getting it damp to where the paint can absorb into the roller, and that's what you want, is the absorption. Okay, I'm using very, very old roller thing for the ceiling, and this is I'm using what I have. On the first coat of ceiling paint that I do, I always, when I'm cutting in, doing the corners, I don't really care about getting paint on the wall because basically I like the color to actually come down a little bit, And then I try to make the wall paint meet up with the ceiling, but not quite go in the corner. So I do have a little tool for the wall when I'm doing the edging there that helps with that, and try to keep it a straight line. Sometimes when I'm using that though, I come back with a paintbrush, a artist brush basically, and try to get really close and a straighter line. But I didn't do that in this bathroom because I didn't feel like it needed it. I did a fairly good job of all the stuff. One thing about the two closets, for some reason, I'm not quite sure why my mom did this. Maybe it was something I told her to do. I don't know. But we painted the ceiling with the wall paint, and the wall paint was a eggshell satin, something like that. So it was all shiny. So the paint in the entire bathroom is it's Benjamin Moore or something like that. But I never really liked the paint. It was too green. It was a green, pale green white type color, and I never really liked it. So I'm so glad I've changed it to shell white. But I did just show you my air vent, and I need to make it to the store and get a new air vent, because I did clean the vent, but it's past its time. It's there. Once I cleaned off all the mildew and everything, it's yellowed out. It is plastic, so it's just time. It was last replaced in 2008 when I basically moved into the house again, and so it's just time to replace it along with all the other vents in the house. So I will be doing that slowly throughout the year, replacing all the vents, but I'm going to start off here in the bathroom because that's just nasty. I've been breathing that in, and that is not good to breathe in. Anyways, so in the can of wall paint, I added in some clove essential oils, and I've heard about people putting in vanilla extract or essential oils into their paint cans. And the reason why they did that is as the paint dries, and when later on when the house is heating and cooling naturally, it will release the smell of the vanilla extract or the essential oil. And it's hindsight, I should have used eucalyptus or mint essential oil, but I didn't. I just used clove, and it's basically why I think I should have used eucalyptus or mint. Those are more relaxing smells, and that would have been better to have in the bathroom. So it's like moving on into my bedroom, I might actually use the eucalyptus or mint, or both of them to combine. And then also in the guest bathroom as well, because I do take baths in there. So it would be nice to have a little bit of a relaxing smell just naturally in there as well. So it does work. But with the essential oils, you have to put in a lot, and I forget how much on the vanilla extract. I don't like vanilla smells all that much, so that is why I opted not to do vanilla extract. But I am moving on with the painting, and yeah, that's what we're doing. So we're painting the walls, and like I said, it's a lot of painting, a lot of rooms. It's, you really can't tell a change in the color all that much because it's a pale green that's a white color, and then I'm covering it all up with a very, very pale beige that's almost a white color. So you really can't tell much of a difference. You can see it a little bit up there, but I mean, it's really not that big of a change. So luckily I don't have to go and cover up any spots, but it's I think that the new color kind of blends better with the shower and the countertop a little bit because it's more beige, and the other one was more green, and as you can see, it just doesn't quite look right against the shower stall frame and the wall, so it looks a lot better. And now we're moving on to the second coat of the ceiling paint and the walls. I did have to wait for the ceiling and the walls to dry, so it was about 4 hours for it all to dry completely. So which is what the cans say, but because the paint was the satin or eggshell or something like that, it had a sheen on it, it took a lot longer to dry. So even though we were having colder weather this day, it just took a lot longer. And that cold weather might also have something to do with why it took a lot longer as well. So moving on to the second coat of everything.
You're saying maybe let's find a disco. You're stuck at home being so lazy. Hey. Give me some, give me some, give me some, give me some, give me some energy. Wanna come, wanna come, wanna come, wanna come, wanna come dance with me. Give me some, give me some, give me some, give me some, give me some energy. Wanna come, wanna come, wanna come, wanna come, wanna come dance with me. There's no fire without smoke, I ain't letting you go. I can see you buzzing like you can't say no. There's no fire without smoke, I ain't letting you go. Come on, let yourself be free. Be the best that you can be. Come move your body, come move your body. Only settle for the best. Live your life with no regrets. Come move your body, come move your body. You must be crazy. Turning me down like that is pretty insane. You need to break free. Live fast and die young and let yourself go. Let yourself go. Hey, give me some, give me some, give me some, give me some, give me some energy. Wanna come, wanna come, wanna come, wanna come, wanna come dance with me. Give me some, give me some, give me some, give me some, give me some energy. Wanna come, wanna come, wanna come, wanna come, wanna come dance with me. There's no fire without smoke, I ain't letting you go. I can see you buzzing like you can't say no. There's no fire without smoke, I ain't letting you go. Come on, let yourself be free. Be the best that you can be. Come move your body, come move your body. Only settle for the best. Live your life with no regrets. Come move your body, come move your body. There's no fire without smoke, I ain't letting you go. I can see you buzzing like you can't say no. There's no fire without smoke, I ain't letting you go. Come on, let yourself be free. Be the best that you can be. Come move your body, come move your body. Only settle for the best. Live your life with no regrets. Come move your body, come move your body. Come on, let yourself be free. Be the best that you can be. Come move your body, come move your body. Only settle for the best. Live your life with no regrets. Come move your body, come move your body. It's electric when you kiss me. Never felt this way before. We're magnetic, wanna stay here, closer than close. Up in the clouds, I can see the whole
acting surprised, but I know I'm not over you. Keep missing our fights, even though they're so overdue. We had a fire, now we're watching it burn low. Isn't it time we go our separate ways? Not enough time, not enough time. I'm falling behind, I hate to separate my body and mind, my body and mind. You feel like demons in my mind, demons in my mind.
Hi everybody, it's been several days. I have yet to put the clear coat on top of the floor because I really want to paint the trim, the baseboards, the cabinet, all of that, the doors, all of that, all at once basically. That way if I mess up with doing the liquid sander, then I'm able to fix the floor before putting the clear coat on. So that will be the last thing I do, and then I'll let it sit. It is Friday, February 24th, so it's about 6:30. I'm currently trying to monitor the damn possum crawled back into my car this morning, and I saw it climb up there, and not much I can do about it once it was in there because it was getting to be daytime and they're nocturnal animals. So I'm sitting here, I have a pet camera kind of pointed at the underside of my car. The hood is open, so I've been able to check on this stupid possum all day long. Yes, I am the crazy female that is messing with wild creatures. I've poked at it, I've kicked the underside of the plastic thing that's underneath that's blocking, not doing a good job of blocking because animals keep getting in there. Anyways, so I'm going to be working today on sanding, and I don't necessarily want to use a sander because I don't want to kick up a lot of dust. So I am using this very old liquid sander. I'm going to test it out. It is chemicals, so it does say to wear, and it's an eye irritant, so it says to wear like the lab goggles. I don't have any of those, and with that stupid possum in my car, I can't go anywhere to get them. So, yeah. I have the volume up to see if I can hear any noises and, okay, distractions, sorry. So, I don't have chemical gloves either, so I'm going to use my dishwashing gloves. These have seen better days, so they have stains and everything, but there are no holes in them. So I'm going to use these. And then blue cloths, they say lint-free towels with, you know, a bit abrasiveness on it. Well, these aren't that abrasive because I like to use these for mirrors, but this is all I have. So, that I don't mind. Oh, my hands smell like the rubber gloves. But before I start doing all of that, I am going to put all the switch plates on, and switch plates and that thing over there, electrical socket plate, back on, because I'm tired of walking in and fear of electrocution because that's open. So I'm gonna show you clips of the newest visitor that keeps coming by. It's not a possum, it's a cat, and it's probably about 6 to 6 months to a year old. It's still very small and young. But for like the past 5 nights, that kitten has been coming by, and like past 5 nights, yeah, 5 nights it's been here and sitting by my door, the garage door, waiting for food. It's very skittish, so I don't mess with it. I have tried to like go out and talk to it, but it runs into my garage and hides. It's no longer there, but I keep like, is the possum coming? Is the possum coming? So there was a lot of noise coming from the garage maybe about 15-20 minutes ago, but there really hasn't been that much noise. So I think I'm gonna go out here in a little bit and see if the possum is still in there. If it is, I'm gonna set off the alarm to the car. So, you know, make some noise, beat up against the thing, try everything to get that thing out of there. So frustrated. So it's not dead, and it is breathing because I've scared it a lot, but I don't know if you can see. It's right there. That little gray thing right there is the possum. Oh, it's moving. I've made a lot of noise. I've kicked the underside, under where the possum is at, several times, like put my foot under there. It is like plastic rubber type stuff, so it goes up and down. I hit the flashlight, and I have a mag light flashlight, so I'm hitting the end of the flashlight along the hard plastic that's part of the like underside of the engine. It's moving. I see it moving. I also, between the tire and the fender, I was hitting against that, and it's like, that's where it's at. It's in that little front piece right in front of the tire, the fender, that area. So it's so frustrating. So I am going to be attempting to sand the baseboards. I don't know if I'll have enough for the entire cabinet. It's moving, it's moving.
You were passing by, surrounded by all those butterflies. Suddenly they flew right in my heart. Must have looked like a living piece of art. From the moment I knew that it would be you. Yeah, from that moment I knew it could only be you. I wrote your name up on my wall, circled in an arrow heart. Somehow you made me feel whole. I wouldn't have to be alone. No, I would never be alone. No, I would never be alone.
It's moving. Finally. It's moving. It's moving. Now it's like, where do I go? And at this point, I gave up on the liquid sander. It just seemed to be taking a lot longer than sanding. So I had some of these sanding blocks and sandpaper and all of that. So I started off with one of the like foam sanding blocks, and then I progressed to where I ended up using just sandpaper. And I did use the sanding block with the sandpaper because a little bit later, like, wrapped regular sandpaper around the sanding block because there was a lot of stuff to sand in this. So of course I didn't have a lot of the sanding blocks out there. And I'm also removing the curtain rods, or the rods from my closet, because I have a project to do with that. But yeah, so I gave up on the liquid sander and just went to regular sander and sandpaper and just started sanding everything. And that seemed to work the best, in my opinion, than the liquid sander. So we are moving on with the painting and everything in here, and hopefully you enjoyed the whole Opossum Watch 2023. The garage is all locked up now, and no animals are allowed in there. So yes, I'm not gonna have another possum in my engine anymore. My supervisors come in. Bates, what are you doing? Are you supervising?
I think I have too much to process, and I've been feeling kinda hopeless. I know I'm not supposed to feel this way. I know it's been a while since I held you in my arms. And I wasn't ready yet to learn how to live without you. How could I let you go when I am still in love with I'm still in love with you. I'm still in love with you. 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 Still in love with you.
Okay, it's the next day. It's this past Sunday, and I finally got fed up with everything on the counter. Or it's like I need to clean it all off. So I cleaned it off, and then there was still like dust on the countertop, and then that horrible paint can was rusted all over the place. So I am going to go ahead and clean off the counter and get everything prepared. I didn't want any extra dust because I will be painting the cabinet next, but I'm not going to share that footage with you because I am going to have the cabinet color be a surprise. So I'm just going to kind of start it off, and then we will end it or not end it, but we will wait until next week when we have the decorating part of the series. And yeah, so I'll be pulling the paint here shortly, and yeah, but I just wanted to go ahead and clean off the countertop and move on to painting, and I'll be back here to go ahead and start with the clear coat on the floor.
I wasn't ready yet to learn how to live without you. How could I let you go when I am still in love with you? I'm still in love with you. I'm still in love with you.
Okay, here's a glimpse of the floors. Gonna try not to share the color of the cabinet too much. So here's a look at the floors. With the clear coat, it's hard to tell, but I forgot to open up this door before leaving, so I don't know if the floor got dry. Last night feels like it. With that, I'm going to sign off here. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. And if you are not subscribed already, please make sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell so that way you are notified every single time I post a video. This is part 2 of my bathroom refresh series. And cat just climbed into the cabinet. Binks, what the hell are you doing? Get out. This is part 2 of my bathroom refresh, and I will have 4 parts. So part 1 was basically ripping up the carpet, prepping the floors, doing all the prep work inside of the room to start painting. This was all about painting, and next video will be about decorating the bathroom, and then part 4 will be a cabinet declutter reorganization. So look forward to those videos, and I will be slowly working on some other ones. I will be doing budget check-ins this month and also another monthly budget video. So look forward to all the videos and subscribe. Thank you everybody for watching, and I will be back next week. Bye everybody.